easier way, but it's only for certain scenarios, okay? So you can use synthetic division for dividing by a first degree polynomial. Sorry, binomial, first degree binomial. What's binomial? What's a binomial?
Two
Two terms. Is this a binomial?
Yes. Yeah. Two terms. So that's a one binomial. No, mononomial. One.
You're good. There's a group behind you.
Well, there's a conversation.
Okay, so what's the degree of this here? You said it's a binomial. What's the degree? First degree. How do we know the degree? That's right. So the exponent, the highest exponent on a term would be a 1 on that end, okay? On the variable term. So that's a first degree binomial. It's got to be a first degree binomial with a leading coefficient of 1. Does this have a leading coefficient of 1?
Yeah.
Yes, so the number in front of n is a 1. If this was 3n minus 10, we could not use synthetic division. Or we could, but there's a lot of things that you'd have to do, and we're not going to go there. So this is going to be how you do it. So you're going to take what you're dividing by the n minus 10, and what you're going to do is you're going to set it equal to 0 and solve it. So what would we get when we take n minus 10 equals 0? Add 10, and we get n equals 10. So we're going to put a 10 there, and we're going to do a sideways L next to it. It's going to be inside a sideways L. And then we're going to take our coefficients from this term here. What's the coefficient in front of n to the third?
1.
1. What's the coefficient in front of this term?
Negative.
What's the coefficient in front of this term?
Is this not?
Yes. What's the coefficient here? Actually, just the number there.
Negative
29. So once again, we set this equal to 0, and then we took our coefficients and wrote them there. If it's positive, we don't put a plus there. We just change it if it's a minus. If it's a negative or a minus, we make it a negative. Okay? So the very first thing we always do is we're going to bring this number down. So I left space here. We always want to leave space. So we bring the number 1 down. And then we're going to take 10 times 1. And we're going to write our answer here. What's 10 times 1? 10. Then we're going to add these two. What's negative 5 plus 10? 5. And then we're going to take 10 times 5. And then we're going to put our answer here. 50. And then we're going to add. That would add up to? What are those two add up to? 2, that's right. I don't know if this green is going to be too dark. I'm going to try it. So the 10 times, oh, it's okay. 10 times 2? 20. And then we add these. What do we get when we add them? Negative 9. So the last number, we put a box around it. That's going to be the remainder. So that's not your answer. How do we get negative 9?
How do we get negative 9?
We added negative 29 plus 20.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now this helps us decide what our answer is. So if we take n to the third, our leading term here, and divide by n, what's n to the third divided by n?
N to the third. N to the second.
This here divided by this. N to the second. So this is going to be a 1 n to the second is our answer. N to the second. And then our exponents, please stop talking. So our exponents then go down by 1. So this is going to be plus 5n. And then since we use n here, this is just going to be plus 2. This is our remainder. We write our remainder as minus 9 over n minus 10. And you're always going to put a plus or a minus here. That's your answer.
This is way easier than way quicker.
Only if it's a this here has a coefficient of 1. Okay, so let's do the next one. Number 3. How do we start?
The same way.
Yep.
And then you subtract it.
R plus 7 is 0. So what's R equal to?
-7.
R equals -7. So now we're going to put a -7 here, sideways L, and then we're going to take our coefficients.
All right, 3, 27, 43, 2, negative.
So 3 and then 27. What next? 43. 2 and -43. Questions on that? No. Okay. So now we're going to take this first one and bring it down. Always bring it down the first one. So we're going to multiply -7 times 3, and that gives us -21. Now we add. What do those two add up to? Just move back here. What do they add up to? 6. And then we're going to take -7 times 6. What does that multiply to? -42. Here. Oh, there it goes.
So the remainder is negative. So we only find the remainder, right?
There you go. So now we add these. What do they add up to? Group back in the far corner. What do they add up to? 1.
Never mind.
Okay. Okay. So then we're going to take our -7, multiply it by 1, put our answer here. And what does that give us? And then we add, what does that give us? -5. -7 times -5, 35. And then we add, what do we get when we add those two? 8, +8 or -8? -8. We always put a box around our last one. That's our remainder. Okay, I'm going to show you another way to find what your answer is. I don't care which way you use. So we can go down and then up. So we know that this is our constant, -5. And then we know our remainder is -8 over R plus 7. So this would have an x, so this would be a 1x. Going up, so 6x squared, and then 3x to the third. Oh, R, thank you. So either way you look at it, I don't care which way you do it. Variables. So you can either take 3r to the 4th divided by r, or you can go the other direction, 5r, r squared, and r cubed. Okay, do you need me to do one more, or you want to try one on your own?
One more.
I'll give it a little more. Don't set that.
So I'm going to set this one up. That's all I'm going to do, and then I'm going to have you do number 5 on your own. So we start with n minus 6, set it equal to 0, and we get n equals 6. So we have 6, and then our coefficients 2, -6, -38, and 9. Go ahead and do number 5 on your own. Do number 5, please. Check that. You're doing 5. 5 is your U try. I just set up number 4. You're not going to do number 4. If you want to do number 4, you can, but I'm not checking it. I don't have that answer.
Wait, do we have to? I don't know about out here. Do we have to show you the order for like X plus technicals? Or can we just do it? Do you try? These are big numbers. Actually, so from a 1 minus 5. I finished. 2 is the remainder. 2 the remainder. So what do you do after you get the remainder?
Then you.
Oh, you pull the other one. Alright, so you get 2 over. This is so easy. Finish. Leslie, did you finish? You said, did you finish? I finished. You would have been catch up. You would have had it. You would have had it. 1 minus 5 minus 2 minus 9 plus 2. Yeah, you're muted. I got X for minus 5 to the third. No. X to the third. This, right? Yeah, what do you divide? What'd you get?
This is 39.
Oh.
Because it goes down 1, this thing goes down.
I was thinking about when I did number 4. I did not do.
You got the whole problem. You got the whole problem. Yeah, because of me. Yeah, apparently she, if I help her,
That's what you should get for your answer. Questions on that before we do our last one?
No, that's exactly what I got. Yep, that's pretty accurate. So on to the homework now?
There's one more example.
Are we learning about it? It's the same thing.
It's a
Same thing.
twist.
Oh, that was a twist.
Okay, last example. Same way, we start out with p minus 3. Set it equal to 0. Thank you, those of you who are sitting quietly. Almost done. One more example. What do we get when we set p minus 3 equal to 0?
P equals 3.
P equals 3. Okay, pay attention here. So I have a 6 here, p squared. I have a negative 22 for p, sorry, this is p cubed, this is p squared. Do I have a p? No. How many p's do I have? 0. We have to put a place marker for every single term. So I put a 0 here.
Just like that one.
And then we put 30.
Put 0 there.
There's no p. No p. So p cubed, p squared, no p's. So I put a 0 there. And then 30. So when you go to do your homework, they're going to be mixed together. So you're going to have to figure out when it has one missing. When to put a 0 there and where. So same thing as before. Bring the 6 down. 6 times 3 is 18. Adds to negative 4. 3 times negative 4, negative 12. Add negative 12. 3 times negative 12, negative 36. Adds to negative 6. Put a box around it. So my answer, 6p to the third divided by p would be 6p squared. So 6p squared minus 4, what? P minus 12 minus
0.
6 over,
So for p minus 3.
yep, p minus 3. So I would say probably the most common mistake is students forget to put something in here. You have to put either a plus or a minus here.
Oh.
Or the place marker if there's something.
How did you know? Oh, the negative.
Right.
What
Just
if you
because
didn't put the negative? Like what
if
if
you put a negative here, you just have to put a plus there. There's got to be something in between.
Oh.
Okay. Will, you want to pass that homework out?